Hey guys! Alright, so I know I've already gone through this checklist in the past when I did the 30 days moisture retention challenge, but I wanted to do a revised version of it so it can be within 20 minutes or so. So I know it's called Natural Hair Newbie Checklist. You don't have to worry about the term newbie, but I believe that every one of us, wants to learn more about our natural hair, which is why we're here, right? So here's the thing, right? When it comes to maintaining healthy hair, you're probably wondering, okay, what do I need? How come when I go on YouTube there are so many recommendation out there? What do I need to have healthy hair, and what products should I choose? So for this checklist, I'm just going over just general products. So because obviously I don't have the time to go through each brand, right? So in terms of recommending a particular shampoo, but I do have blog posts on actually shampoos and conditioners where I actually recommend some brands that a lot of naturals have used successfully in their natural hair. So, for time's sake, I'm going to go through this checklist and just go through why you need them and how to use them, and how you can actually get the best results out of each product and tools. Now, the first item on here is sulfate-free shampoos. So why do we need sulfate-free shampoos? Mainly to cleanse our hair without leaving it dry. So usually most times when we shampoo our hair, it feels really dry, right? Really dry and sometimes hard, right? But sulfate-free shampoos cleanses our hair without leaving that, unattractive feeling, right, in our hair. And the next item we need is a moisturizing deep conditioning treatment, right? So a moisturizing deep conditioning treatment moisturizes our hair, especially since a lot of us have dry hair. So it will make sure that our hair is able to retain moisture longer, right, for the next 7 days, right? So let's say you wash your hair every 7 days, which you should. If dry hair is a problem, right, it'll make sure that when you use a good leave-in conditioner, at least your hair can stay healthy for the next 7 days, right? And next we need protein deep conditioning treatment, and this is to help to repair our hair, right? So you're probably wondering, okay, like, but my hair isn't damaged. The thing though is that our hair over time, the longer our hair gets, the older it gets, the further away it goes from our scalp, the more care it needs, right? Because the hair on our scalp, it's, baby hair is really healthy, but then the hair, like in the middle hair shaft or towards the end of our hair, are quite old, right? So they need some nutrients to be put back in, and because our hair is made up of keratin proteins, over time our hair loses some keratin protein, right? So protein treatment will restore everything, and just think of protein treatment as a balanced diet, right? Because protein treatment not only repairs your hair, it also strengthens your hair, and it also helps your hair to retain moisture, right? So if dry hair is a problem and you've done every single thing, maybe do a protein deep conditioning treatment, because I've noticed the effect of protein deep conditioning treatment in in the moisture retention of my hair, right? So protein deep conditioning treatment strengthens your hair, repairs your hair, and also helps your hair to retain moisture as well. And usually protein treatment, you can do it once a month, or depending on the product. Some products only have live protein in them, so you can use them every 2 weeks and just alternate between moisturizing and protein deep conditioning treatment. And next we have the regular conditioner. So regular conditioner is just a regular conditioner you can buy from Walmart or pretty much any store, and they're usually very cheap, much cheaper than the conditioning treatment, and they most times last long. So regular conditioners can be used in 2 ways. So you can either use them to co-wash your hair, right, or to detangle your hair. So for me, I use them for those purposes. So for example, I wash deep condition every 7 days, but in between those, sometimes my hair feels really dry and there's no point layering more products, right? So I'll just go and cleanse my hair, but rather than using shampoos, I'll just use conditioner to cleanse my hair, while at the same time, to detangle my hair, because usually on wash days I usually don't detangle my hair. I might just remove some shed hair, but most times I don't bother detangling my hair because I just had more time to my wash days. And next we need moisturizing leave-in conditioner. Now this is actually a really important conditioner because it's the only conditioner that stays in your hair, because you're supposed to leave it in your hair, right? So, and you want to make sure that the moisturizing or the leave-in conditioner actually moisturizes your hair, which is the reason why I put the word moisturizing, right? Because obviously we need soft hair, right? And again, I have a blog post where I talk about, 5 moisturizing baby conditioners you can try in your hair. And then let's move on to the sealant. So we have coconut oil. I love coconut oil. I love the smell of coconut oil. I love the texture of it. But some naturals they talk about the fact that it leaves the hair feeling hard and dry. But it's up to you to test it out. But coconut oil, you can get coconut oil from pretty much anywhere, any country, any city. They're quite affordable. So I recommend, starting with coconut oil. And oils are mainly to do two things, right? To moisturize your scalp, right? Make sure your scalp, isn't dry, and also to lubricate your hair strand, right? So like when it gets tangled, it doesn't get too tangled, and when it's time to detangle your hair, to remove those, to separate your hair, at least they will come up, much more smoother without causing much breakage, and also to help your hair to seal in moisture. And next we have olive oil. So you can also use olive oil instead of coconut oil, or some naturals will actually use an oil blend, which is what I use, right? So you just mix a bunch of oils together. And then we have castor oil. I love castor oil. So castor oils are really thick, and if you have thick hair or it's the winter time, you need, you know, a longer moisture retention period. Then a lot of naturals use castor oil. And I also love the texture of castor oil because it feels slippery, right? So when I put it in my hair usually feels softer, right, than when I use other oils. And then we have jojoba oil. Jojoba oil, it's light. So we have pan here, that's a great oil. But the only thing is that it's a little bit more expensive than, coconut oil, which is really another light oil. And then here we have aloe vera juice. So aloe vera juice, I use it, for to hydrate my hair, because aloe vera juice, it's hydrating. So I will just pour it in my spray bottle, put some conditioner in it, put some oil, mix it up together. Every other day or so, just spritz my hair with it, and just run the products through my hair to make sure that my hair gets enough nutrient. And then we have shea butter, right? So shea butters, they're used, to seal moisture in your hair as well. But shea butters are thick, so usually most naturals will whip the shea butter, to add some air in it, make sure it's fluffy and it's easier to spread and apply in your hair. And also, along with lots of naturals, would use shea butter to style their hair. So I've noticed that when I style my hair, like when I do dry twist, which is what I have right now, meaning twist on dry hair, and I use shea butter, I notice that usually my hair feels really smooth, right? When I use shea butter compared to when I use, an oil or even any other styling product. And then we have rat tail comb. I'm almost done with the product, so I'm now on the tool. So we have rat tail combs. Rat tail combs are mainly just to part your hair, right? So when you're twisting your hair, you need to part your hair and stuff like that. And sometimes some stylists will use the comb end, right, to comb your hair. So you always want to make sure that you check the teeth of the comb to make sure that it's not, like one of those tiny ones. It's like the big ones at least. So at least when they come through your hair, they're not ripping through your hair. And then we have bobby pins. So bobby pins, like I have two bobby pins in my hair. I have one on this side, I have one on this side. So it's mainly just to, hold your style in place, right? Mainly for styling purposes only, that's it. And then we have another oil here, tea tree oil, and also I should have added peppermint oil, right? So these two oils, I love these two oils. I always have them on hand because they are really great for ladies with itchy scalp, itchy dry scalp. So usually I'll just mix in, a few drops of these oils in my applicator bottle. So I'll mix olive oil, castor oil, yeah, whatever affordable oil. But I always have castor oil and olive oil in my oil blend for my scalp, because those oils are really great for dry scalp because they are antifungal. And then we have detangling comb, right? So I know a lot of naturals prefer finger detangling, but I've also talked to some who prefer comb detangling, right? Because the hair gets tangled a lot, right? So comb detangling just helps them. And also, depending on the style you want to do, sometimes you need combs to detangle your hair first. So always make sure that you use detangling combs, and usually detangling combs are like one of those chunky big combs. And the longer your hair is, the thicker your hair is, the chunkier and huge the combs get, right? Because I've gone through different combs, the longer my hair got. So the next item on here, tool, that's the head wrap. So head wrap can be used in two ways. You can wear a head wrap around the house or to bed, or even as a styling choice. And then we have hair ties. So if you have longer hair, you can actually put your hair in a ponytail, and hair ties will help you to do that. I wouldn't recommend using hair ties when styling your hair. So let's say like you section your hair, right? Instead of that, you're gonna use the next item on the list, which is butterfly clips, right? So you're just gonna section your hair. So maybe when styling your hair or washing your hair, you section your hair into 4 or 6 chunks or 8 chunks, and you just use the butterfly clips to clip your hair in place, right? So when it's time to wash the next section or to apply product in the next section, you can easily just unclip, put product, and then clip it back, rather than using hair ties where you have to tie it, take it down, and sometimes you can end up with breakage. And we know that our hair is really sensitive when it's wet, right? And then next we have hair gel. So hair gel, again, it's another optional product because I don't use hair gels as much. But again, that's up to you. And a hair gel is just a styling product, which is the next item on the list. Styling products. So styling products could be a curling pudding, it could be a mousse, it could be pretty much any product that gives you hold. Right? So let's say you want to do a twist style, so like a flexi rod set or whatever, right? Then you're gonna choose appropriate styling product. And next we have two items that I use more often, but the first one I use more than the other one. So it's the spray bottle, right? So spray bottle, that's what I put, my moisturizer in, oil and water, and I will just spray my hair with it because it's easier and better that way than, so because right now I have twists and I want to preserve this hair. So rather than, taking my hands and running through my hair every single time, which would make the hair more frizzy and even tangled, I would just take the spray bottle, just lightly spray it in my hair, and just run it down through my hair shaft to make sure that I get enough product. And the applicator bottle, that's where I would mix my oils, right? Shake it up together and just apply it on the roots of my scalp. And then we have scissors, hair scissors. So hair scissors, I know mainly they're used to trim your hair. So let's say you only trim your hair once a year, twice a year, or every 3 months like I do, right? You use a pair of scissors. But I also use scissors in between that as well, right? So lately, in the past few months, I've been using scissors pretty much every week, or sometimes a few times a week, right? Depending on what I'm doing to my hair, right? So let's say like I'm twisting my hair and I have some hair shed, right? But rather than the hair, like when you have straight hair, when the hair sheds, it just drops, it falls up on its own, right? But with curly hair, when the hair sheds, most times it will just stay there, right? Unless you physically go and you rake through your hair to pull the shed hair out, right? And sometimes the shed hair will get tangled with other hair, right? So rather than yanking them up and just breaking them off, I would just take my scissors and I'll just try and finger detangle as much as I can. But sometimes the hair they're really knotted, right? I'll just take my pair of scissors and I'll just cut the hair off, right? So that's why I use hair scissors, pretty much, every like few times a week, depending on what I'm doing to my hair. Because like if I'm not gonna twist my hair that much in a week, then I won't use it that much. And then the next item, that's mirror, just to help you to style your hair. And then the next item is a shower cap. So I use shower caps in three ways actually, right? Shower caps, like when I'm in the shower, or sometimes like let's say I've moisturized my hair in the evening, but I want to delay moisture evaporation, right? Because I want that product to really, absorb it to my hair. So I'll just take my shower cap and I'll just cover my hair with it for an hour or so, and then I'll take it off so my hair can, dry out, right? Or the third way that I use shower caps is at night, right? For the greenhouse method, which is when you wear a shower cap to sleep, right? Rather than a satin cap or a bonnet, which is the next item on the list. So satin bonnet mainly, just to protect your hair while you sleep, right? And then the next three items, just, again, optional. So journals, just to keep note of, the things you're doing to your hair, techniques, products, different things you're trying to your hair, different things you're trying on your hair. What should you stop doing? What should you, continue doing based on how your hair is responding to things, right? And then the next item is just for a ruler or tape measure, just to measure your hair to make sure that, okay, you're actually retaining length and your length isn't stagnant, right? And then the next item on here is a camera, because as naturalistas we love taking pictures of a bump twist out or whatever it is, length checks or whatever. So just, take it and just, for record keeping purposes. And I sometimes would use camera for my length checks, right? So rather than physically measuring out my hair length, because sometimes it can get, quite tiring, right? So I'll just grab my phone, and usually I'll just work with one part at a time. So I'll just take, the front hair, stretch it down, and I'll just take my camera and I'll just take a selfie, and then I'll just compare that, month after month, and see how my hair is progressing. Because let's say 4 months from now my hair is still the same length, then I know that, okay, something needs to change here, over the next few weeks. All right, so that concludes the walkthrough of this checklist. You should all have this checklist already. So, in case you have any question for me, or I know for some of you, watching on YouTube, you might just be watching for the very first time. So I'm gonna leave a link to download the checklist in the description box below. And if you have any question for me or anything else that you're using in your hair that's not on here, or maybe stuff that I've listed on here that you've never tried before, just let me know how my checklist is different from your checklist. And any question, leave it in the comment section. And I will see you guys in the next video.